It may not sound like it.
I celebrate 16 years today.
But this is part of Judge David Rosenberg's court day in Yolo County.
What's your highest bowling score?
270.
No, come on.
These people ended up here for breaking the law, anything from a fight to drug use to confrontations with police. But no one is going to jail today.
There are going to be ups and downs. Yeah. And it's just part of the deal.
This is the Yolo County Mental Health Court.
Doing what I got to do, stay out of trouble, going to groups, meetings.
But where in a normal court, the district attorney would be looking to put someone in jail, in this court, the DA, the public defender, social workers, and probation are all working together.
We realized the system wasn't working. We were warehousing people in our state prisons, many of whom have and still have mental illness. They don't get better in state prison. They come out, they commit more crimes. It costs a lot of money. More people are hurt.
Jonathan Raven is the chief deputy district attorney. He and the rest of the team start their day long before court.
You really think we're going to have a lot more of these?
Even eating lunch together with the judge, reviewing cases for the few slots they have open. These are people who get a second chance to stay out of jail and get back into society. And no one could epitomize that chance better than 40-year-old Rayshawn Taylor.
Schizophrenia, I have bipolar disorder, and I think that's about it.
But that really wasn't it. Rayshawn has been in and out of jail at least 8 times. For decades, Rayshawn has fought mental illness, which caused drug use to quiet the illness, and in the throngs of his illness, he could get violent.
I get very distraught, I get stressed, and I might commit a crime, I might hurt somebody, I might hurt myself.
Every time Rayshawn would end up in jail, he'd get some help, some medication, but none of it worked. He was asked if he would consider mental health court, but thought there was no way he'd be chosen.
The initial view of this case and this individual was this person needs to go to state prison because we need to protect society. But his case was different than many cases.
But the DA will never reject a referral to the court without looking into the case first. In Yolo County, 96% of the people who end up in the mental health court have stayed out of jail. 96%. 100% have stayed out of the hospital. It's so successful, more and more courts are embracing the idea. Already, 26 counties in California have mental health courts, including Sacramento, Placer, San Joaquin, and Stanislaus.
In the last 5 years, I think there's been a real push from both the mental health system and the criminal justice system to try to tackle the problem of how many people with serious mental illness are in our jails and prisons.
So what are you guys doing?
Christy Abbott is with the Yolo County Health and Human Services. She says the goal is to make sure people like Rayshawn are successful. Social workers, probation are all in touch with the participants constantly.
That's what I'm going to do.
And many we saw in court live at places like this farm, where they transition back to society and even back to work.
Complete opposite. You wouldn't even know it's the same person. And getting to know him more over the last 2 years has only proven that fact.
And Rayshawn isn't the only one seeing a difference. Jonathan Raven and Christy Abbott go on field trips and barbecues with participants, something they never would have done with someone in a criminal case before.
We're all rowing in the same direction, and the goal is to get the participants healthy and successful and not put them in a situation where they have a record that's going to impede upon them getting employment or housing.
It's 100% better, so I thank God for in the mental health court for the opportunity that I'm getting, and things are good.
And Yolo County's court has been so successful, other counties have contacted them for help in setting up their own courts. At the moment, they can only handle about 15 clients at a time, but they have applied for a grant that could double that number.